What advice would you give to your younger self now? I'm assuming, like me, you've always had this larger size body type. But what advice would you give your younger self now, knowing what you know?
I think the advice that I would just give myself is that like the world is a mean place. I think the world is a mean place, and if you focus on external validation, you'll never feel adequate in the space in your own body. External validation does not equate to self love and self belief and self actualization.
Mhm. I think that that is true of almost every aspect of our lives, not just body size. If you are looking for the outside world to validate who you are or what you can be or any of those things, we're going to fall short because the world can be a very mean place.
Right.
Everyone's struggling. Like, okay, so here's another one. Once in a while, when the family friction is going on, my daughter will sometimes talk in a way that makes me feel like I did something wrong as a parent, that I didn't prepare her better for this. I always used to say, I have to say, I knew she was going to be 6 feet tall right off. And I would say things to her, like, the taller you are, the more powerful you'll be in a man's world. I started telling her that when she was 3 years old because I
Mhm.
knew we were going to have a basketball player. And what I noticed in the world of women's basketball is all the girls have this very um, odd posture where they
Mhm.
don't want to stand up and be their full and incredible self. And so I always wanted her to know that the taller she got, but talk to me about, but that was just what my little brain could think of to do. Like, tell me from your perspective, give me a few words of advice for parents who might be parenting a kid that's going to be a big person.
I think one of the things we have to do is like give them real talk in the most loving way we can. I'll give you an example. So in my book, I wrote about like running races, right? And I let them know that, I've ran races where they've ran out of water, they ran out of food, they packed up the stuff, I got lost with all these things, right? And in spite of all of these things happen, all these obstacles I still have to overcome, like I still do what I do because I enjoy it. And I think that's something that we're going to tell our kids as well, to understand that like these things are going to happen. I want to get you mentally prepared for this. But like the world is not a kind place on a one-on-one basis, right? And I just want to make you or like help you be prepared for that, or at least get your mindset ready for like these things may or may not happen, but I want you to be prepared either way. And I think like that's the way um like parenting could or should be, is to let them know that, you know, I wish somebody would have told me, like in the book, I'll go on to say, like, I've ran races where they ran out of water. Be prepared for that. I ran races where they ran out of food. Be prepared for that. I ran races where I've gotten lost. Ran races where all of this stuff happens. You need to be prepared for all of these things. And the thing is that you can hope that it doesn't happen, but I would rather you be prepared for it and not need it than need it and not be prepared for it.
Yeah, it was always when this was, of course, my daughter's 30. So this was 30 or 25 years ago. And it was harder. The conversations about body image were much harder back then than they
Mhm.
are now. So I do think that there's been some progress on that too. And now we can talk about all kinds of differences, and we can try and celebrate it as well, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't have to be the same. We None of us even want a world where we're all the same.
No.
So why we aren't all looking and celebrating diversity, I have no idea.